everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am doing a Q&A session from Instagram concerning content creation, marriage, relationships, any questions that you guys had, and that's what I'm doing today. If you're not following me on Instagram, please make sure you go and follow me on Instagram at Wanjiru, where I'm posting a lot of personalized messages. You also get to see my life behind the scenes as I encourage you to go after your God-given vision and become your best self. All right, I encourage and empower women to be the best version of themselves through the word of God. You also want to follow me because you don't want to be left out whenever I am asking you to send me questions for a Q&A. All right, so let's get into the video. If you see me looking down here, it's because I am reading from my computer. I am shooting from my phone. Okay, thank you. So I have the first question. Somebody asked me, it's not a question, someone said, I love your content, thank you for doing what you are doing. Thank you so much for your encouragement. It goes a long way in helping me building more courage. Okay, so thank you so much for that compliment. Someone said, how is being a young wife? Being a young wife has been a lot of learning and unlearning. I have been learning about myself a lot. I've been learning about things God has been exposing things about me that I didn't even know existed. Because on marriage setup, that's when your patience is tested, your humility is tested, your ability to submit as a wife, your grace is tested, how you're able to extend grace to an imperfect, flawed human being. And also I've been learning not to put so much expectations on a man, because that's what really brings about disappointment and frustrations. I'm saying I am learning because I have been in instances where I am expecting a lot from him, and he's just a man, he's just a human being, he's not God. Heather Lindsay says that my husband is awesome, but he is a terrible God, and that is very true about my husband too. He is awesome but a terrible God, so he won't be able to satisfy everything that I need. So when I put a lot of expectations on him, it's so much burden, and I've been learning that I should allow him to be a man. I should allow him to be a human being, because when he fails to do something, or when he's not able to do something that I expect him to do, then that would bring a lot of disappointment. And I've been learning to take this journey one step at a time. I've been unlearning a lot also, because a lot of things that I really thought that marriage looks like and feels like, God has been taking those things away. And just because sometimes we think that marriage is heaven on earth, it's always lovey-dovey, it's always sweetie and honey and love and all those things, and they're good and they are there, but not always. And so sometimes you just have to, it's a lot of work. They say marriage works, but you need to work on it. It requires work. It works, but it requires work. So it's been awesome. Marriage, it's been awesome. Question number 2. Any advice for single lady who is trying to wait it out? Any advice to a single lady who is trying to wait it out? I would say stop waiting. Okay? Because I wish somebody told me this when I was a single lady, to stop sitting down and waiting for a man to come and save my life. I wish somebody told me this, because before I got married, I got married on 2020, that's last year. On 2017, 2018, 2019, I was praying for a man. I was praying so hard to, because I think a lot of it came from pressure from friends and family who are getting married, the closest friends that I had who are getting married at that time. So I had a lot of pressure to also, you know, get a man and get married also. And I was really waiting, praying all the time, you know. All my energy and focus was, when is this man coming? Where am I going to meet him and all that? And I wish somebody told me to stop waiting on him and get busy with my life, because I don't know where I would be right now. You know, we wait for buses, we wait for planes, we wait for trains. Stop waiting for a man. Don't wait for a man. Go on with your life. Take on a class, a new course, learn something, you know, seek God on your purpose and calling, and go after it, pursue after it. Stop waiting for a man, okay? But my encouragement for you is to go after what God is calling you to do. Go after and to do the things that you love, to do the things that you enjoy doing, and just take your focus off from waiting for a man and waiting for marriage. Marriage is a good thing, yes, but somebody says that marriage is a gift, and so is singleness. Singleness is also a gift, all right? And I wish somebody told me this. Question number 3. How do you know a vision is from God? I'm actually doing an IG live today. I don't know whether you guys will catch it. I'm doing an IG live concerning this question. How do you know a vision is from God? I'm going to give you 3 ways you can know that the vision that you have is from God. One is if the vision is bigger than you. If it is bigger than you, if it is bigger than your abilities, your capabilities, your skills, your education, it beats all odds, you know. If it scares you because it is bigger than you, then it's a sign that that vision is from God. God will not give you something small. God will give you, you know, great mountains to move. God will call you to greater heights. God will, you know, put something inside of you until you're wondering, am I really the one for the job? Am I really the one that God is calling to do this? So if it's bigger than you, if it scares you, then it can be a sign that that vision is from God. Number 2 is, if nobody ever pays you to do that thing, would you still go on and do it? That's also a sign that the vision is from God. If you are staying up at night, if you are passionate about it, if you are always thinking about it, if it is always flooding your mind and your heart, even when you try to forget it and do something else and venture into some other businesses, it always keeps ringing in your head and ringing in your mind and in your heart, and you can do it even without getting paid, then it's also that's also a sign that your vision is from God. If you can freely do it without anybody recognizing you, anybody giving you applause for it, you enjoy doing it, it's your passion, it's also a sign that your vision is from God. Sign number 3 is what annoys you the most. Robert MADU says that you are anointed for what annoys you. Okay, so if you feel like there's a gap somewhere, there's something that really annoys you, God may be calling you to go and do that thing. God may be calling you to go and fill in that gap. God may be calling you to go and be a solution to that problem. If you walk into a church and you see and you are able to see that there is no maybe proper structure on the ushering or praise and worship or whichever department, God may be calling you to go and fill in that gap, to be a solution to that place and to bring light to that darkness. So, and question number 4, is it number 4? Yes. When are your prayer journals coming out? So I announced that I am working on some prayer journals. I am on the designing stages of it. Once I am done with designing and the printing and all that, you guys will be notified. I have been using a random book to write my prayers and my conversations with God, so I thought, why not have a book that I can use that is customized to my prayers and all that. So once the designing is done and everything is ready, I am going to be notifying you, especially when you are following me on Instagram. You'll be able to get all those updates and notifications. Originally I was to design that book for myself, but I thought, why not share it with other women or even men who are interested in prayer journaling, and it can be a good resource for all of us. So the last question, I think, someone is asking, how did you and your husband meet? Yeah, so my husband came home to look for some keys that my mom was keeping for the church. At that time it was very small, and yeah, he found me there, and we talked. I told him my mom was not there. Then after he saw me and I saw him, he invited me to church. I think there was a youth something going on, a youth meeting or something. So he invited me and I went, and after I went, the rest is history. Yeah. How did you know that your husband was the one? I really don't think that there's only one person in this world that you're supposed to marry. Because what happens when you don't marry that one person, it means that you will marry the wrong person, and then the two of you, because you are wrong partners to each other, you will give birth to wrong children, and those wrong children will give birth to wrong children, and then a whole entire generation will be wrong. So I don't think there's only one person that there's the one, really. What I believe in is that God will bring across your path one person that you are compatible with, one that you share goals and values and beliefs with, that you can spend the rest of your life with. And you know, when you find that person, it will feel like you don't want any other person, you know. So I really didn't, when I met my husband for the first time, I didn't think that he was the one for me. It took time. It took time for us to know each other, for us to build a friendship. Yeah, so that's how I got married to my husband. It's not that I knew that he was the one, but over time, and also trusting God to lead you and guide you, you get to know someone and it feels like you don't want to spend the rest of your life without them. Yeah, I think that's all that we had time for. Thank you so much for those questions, for those that sent your encouraging messages. Someone said, I love your content. Someone also said that thank you for stepping out in faith and being courageous. It is encouraging, and all those good messages, I receive them, I appreciate them. Thank you for your support. If you're not following me on IG, again, go follow me at Wanjiru, and we'll get to connect, we'll get to talk more, you get to know me in depth, and we get to encourage each other and build each other in this journey and walk. So thank you so much for sticking to the very end. I hope that you have learned a thing or two. Comment down below your biggest takeaway. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.